In the meantime, let me bring you the market movements that we saw today. The JSE ending flat. We are seeing that the financials are continuing to have quite an impressive run, and one would assume that that's largely also because of the stronger rand that we've seen over the last few days. It obviously didn't help us with the petrol price hike that we've just announced, Makwe, but financials having a good run. Even though the JSE ending flat, we did see some interesting moves on the local bourse today.
Definitely, and good afternoon to your viewers as well. Yeah, the rand unfortunately couldn't help when it comes to the main things, which is a rising cost, and we know that financials as well manage to benefit, because remember, in an environment where financials, when you have interest rates going up, especially if they don't go up rapidly, that tends to increase what we call the interest income when it comes to these financial institutions. And truth be told, our financials are well capitalized and are better compared to our international peers. And at some point, remember, the financials were hammered. So I think people are digging into the dips and say maybe it's a good chance to be able to buy them. But generally, the market sentiments continue to be worried about inflation. We've even got that inflation numbers that came out of the European zone showing us that it's reaching record highs. So inflationary fears coupled with rising oil prices, it just makes people to be worried about the global economic growth going forward.
No, absolutely. Let's talk about this rand story, Makwe. Is it just a factor of the commodities prices that we're seeing at the moment, or are there some other factors that are really drawing on market participants to be trading in the local unit?
Remember, yesterday the U.S. markets were closed and people now are worried about inflation. What people now have been doing since this morning, they've been running to safe havens, and the U.S. dollar happens to be one of them. So we see the U.S. dollar strengthening. Then at the back of that, we get the likes of the rand to weaken. And as well as we said, our global or our local economy is not looking that rosy. But now the rand is at the mercy of what is happening with the U.S. dollar, and it has been strengthening because of the safe haven demand.
No, absolutely. Company updates now, Makwe. We had Goldfields. They announced that they were going to be acquiring a mine. I don't know what investors thought about this, because the share price was down over 11% at some stage. Is there anything else that's interesting that is happening with Goldfields that we should probably be looking into?
It's a very good move. The thing is, this is an all-share transaction, meaning Goldfields will be issuing new shares. As we know, the minute you issue new shares, it means it's going to dilute your earnings. Hence, we've seen the share price going down, because what they'll be doing, they'll be giving those Yama Gold shareholders 0.6 Goldfield share for everyone that they hold, and the ultimate transaction, Goldfields will end up owning almost 61%, Yama Gold shareholders owning 39%, but the stock price has been knocked down all because the guys will be issuing new shares. And truth be told, that will help to strengthen their financial and operational capacity, given what is happening with the gold price at elevated levels. Going forward, this should be a good deal for them. And anyway, they'll end up being number 4 when it comes to gold producers in the world. And remember, this company currently, they mine gold and silver.
No, absolutely. Makwe Masilela, as always, thank you for joining us this evening. He's from Makwe Fund Managers. And that's all your business news for now. I'll be back in the next bulletin, further talking about youth unemployment and some of the solutions that need to be brought about.